Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to rank MBTI personalities based on their responsibility for others. Make sure to watch each one and find out which personalities are most responsible for other people's actions. Some personality types are very responsible for other people's actions, and some just never are. Each individual has their own level of responsibility for others. However, based on general tendencies, we've ranked each one of 16 personality types in one of these categories. Here's the MBTI personalities ranking based on their responsibility for others. Number 1. ISTJ. ISTJs do occasionally feel responsible for the happiness of their loved ones and their family. Because they're givers, ISTJs naturally desire to be able to provide for their family. They put a lot of effort into being dependable and making sure they can take care of the immediate requirements of those around them. Although ISTJs are aware they are not required to do this, they frequently feel a feeling of accomplishment when they're able to take care of people and be accountable for them. Number 2. ISFJ. ISFJs unquestionably feel accountable for others, and they may feel terrible if they are unable to provide for them. ISFJs take on the role of caregiver and put in a lot of effort to be able to support the people they care about. The ISFJ tends to put the blame for any problems in their home or environment on themselves. They assume the duty of being able to look out for everyone else and try their best to keep them content and comfortable. Number 3. ESTJ. It's true that ESTJs frequently feel responsible for and desire to be able to provide for their family and loved ones. In order to guarantee that individuals around them are taken care of, ESTJs value being able to meet their practical demands. They prioritize responsibility, so they frequently feel compelled to lend a hand in whatever way they can. Since they are the ones who can handle it, sometimes this entails taking care of their family. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. Number 4. ESFJ. The great sense of empathy that ESFJs possess contributes to their strong sense of responsibility for others. They want to be able to look after their family members and do everything in their power to make them happy. The ESFJ takes on this obligation because they believe it's important to work hard to support their family. ESFJs have a strong sense of duty for those around them since they'll feel guilty if they're not doing everything they can to care for their family. Number 5. INFJ. It's true that INFJs frequently feel responsible for others, especially those who are close to them. They choose to assume this responsibility over others due to their empathy. If someone they care about fails or if they're not there to support them, INFJs could feel guilty. They regularly take this sense of responsibility upon themselves, even when they shouldn't, since they particularly feel awful if they're unable to safeguard the ones they care about. Number 6. INFP. The only responsibility INFPs actually feel is for themselves and their own acts. If someone behaves inappropriately, they don't blame themselves unless it directly affects the INFP. When someone initially rejects the INFP, they might initially blame themselves and consider what they might have done differently. But in the majority of circumstances, INFPs don't blame themselves for not being able to influence others or make them behave in a particular way since they're very private and think that everyone makes their own decisions in life. Number 7. ENFJ. ENFJs take responsibility for others very seriously and experience severe guilt if they believe they have let someone down. ENFJs desire to support and be there for their loved ones because they care about them. Since they believe they're accountable to everyone around them, ENFJs frequently place the responsibility for things going wrong on themselves. Although it's done out of concern, this definitely forces people to shoulder more responsibility than they should. Number 8. ENFP. There is little doubt that ENFPs do not feel responsible for the needs or behaviors of those around them. The urge to assume other people's obligations doesn't feel required of ENFPs because doing so feels intrusive and perhaps superfluous. When their loved ones beg for assistance or demonstrate that they're in need, they will undoubtedly be there to give it to them, but they will never volunteer to do so. Because they're independent, ENFPs rarely feel bad about what other people do, unless they're directly responsible. Number 9. ISTP. People who identify as ISTPs tend to be independent and have little empathy for others. They understand that people make their own decisions in life and that they cannot be forced to make those decisions, even though they can aid them by offering the information. While they're doing this to be of assistance, they no longer feel responsible for what other people may do afterward. Number 10. ISFP. Because ISFPs are autonomous, they don't frequently concentrate on attending to other people's needs. Even though they may not be paying attention to it, they occasionally feel bad for not taking care of other people on their own. When someone rejects or abandons them, ISFPs may place the responsibility on themselves, since they believe they might have done something to make things different. Number 11. ESTP. There are instances when ESTPs feel responsible for their loved ones and desire to help them in any way they can. Facts and expertise are important to ESTPs because they want to be able to share them. If they believe someone to be uneducated, the ESTP takes it upon themselves to educate that person. The ESTP makes every effort to stop feeling responsible for this person's actions once they've done their part to disseminate the accurate information. Number 12. ESFP. Unless they want to take on responsibility for others, ESFPs don't naturally feel that way. People that identify as ESFPs are independent, believe in making their own decisions, and don't trust others to make those decisions for them. Generally speaking, the ESFP does not feel accountable for the conduct of others, but individual circumstances may change this. ESFPs frequently feel responsible for their kids, and as a result, they put a lot of effort to guide them in making the greatest decisions and living their best lives. Number 13. INTJ. INTJs prefer to take ownership of themselves and their own acts rather than feeling frequently accountable for others. INTJs often provide assistance and support to the individuals they care about, but they don't consider this to be their obligation or responsibility. For them, it's about making the decision to assist, but they wouldn't feel bad if they had made a different decision. INTJs don't want to be held accountable for others, just as they don't want it expected of them. Number 14. INTP. Since they don't believe they should feel this way, INTPs don't typically feel responsible for those around them. They do on occasion experience deep-seated remorse, particularly when it comes to close ones they care about the most. Because they believe that they are the only ones who can assist, INTPs occasionally feel forced to do so because they want to be able to. Though they may rationally understand that they're not accountable for other people, INTPs may struggle to believe this. Number 15. ENTJ. Independent and cognitively aware that they have no obligations to anyone around them, ENTJs are self-sufficient individuals. ENTJs who have committed to someone or to starting a family could feel more responsible for other people at the same time. They will experience a sense of obligation to provide and be effective on behalf of the people that they care about. They won't feel accountable for the actions of those individuals or their family members, but they do feel accountable for making sure that they are cared for. Number 16. ENTP. Since they are logical individuals, ENTPs don't frequently feel a sense of obligation towards other people. They usually concentrate on the circumstances at hand and can logically realize that they cannot hold everyone else responsible. ENTPs are self-reliant, accept responsibility for their actions, and don't believe in abiding by a constant sense of guilt for those around them. They do care about their family members and will be there to support them, but they act voluntarily and not out of guilt. These videos will be really helpful for you.